But goddamn it, really wish I had that that fucking witch skin, dude.
I got what? It was a 2 or 3 of the 5.
Huh? Of what?
Junkenstein skins.
Ah, fuck, I don't know.
Wait, do you have a? Are you saying you have a Junkenstein skin? What?
He has 2 of the 5. Because when that thing was out, that's literally like I grinded on his account.
Really?
I
Only...
got the Reaper,
There's 5.
and
Jesus.
yeah, there's Reaper, Roadhog,
Oh, I
Mercy,
thought you were talking about
Junkrat,
like specifically just
and
Junkrat because you said
No,
Junkenstein.
no, no.
So you should have just said
Well, he was
Halloween.
kind of like
well,
the main character.
that's the name of the event too, is Junkenstein.
Well, no, I know.
Yeah.
It's really is just like a Halloween event type thing. So I don't know. It's just what I.
You got no, this wasn't. Never mind. I think you just got Reaper, didn't you?
I got Reaper, and I got one for. I think it was McCree's the other character you can play in that mode.
Free.
I think maybe it was just Reaper, but
McCree is just his regular McCree self.
oh, that's dumb.
Oh shit, that is a fucking cool Halloween skin though. Holy shit. It's literally just regular McCree, but in all black. It looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, like those skins. Honestly, like there's so many tight ones. Like I really like Ryan's with the fucking where he's like just a ghost head. Oh, that's such a good fucking skin for him.
Just Overwatch in general, it's a really cool like game.
Yeah, no,
A lot of people really shit on it for being like a Team Fortress 2 clone.
but it's not like Team Fortress 2. Oh wow, you mean the Team
Team Fortress
Deathmatch?
2.
Wow, every game
The
has that.
devs of that game are still pushing out updates when the people find glitches and whatnot.
I mean, they kind of have to. It still has an active community.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy though.
It's kind of impressive. I mean, that game's like
Yeah,
what
it's
13
dedication.
years old or some shit like that at this point. Like it's fucking nuts.
Do you think they'll ever make a new one?
No.
I don't feel like they probably are sitting there thinking they don't need to.
Yeah, they probably don't.
Even though I feel like they could and
You were
should.
right, Hunter. It's 13 years old.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking nuts.
October 10th, 2007.
Although you gotta
I
think
feel
about
like
this
it'd be
though.
really hype if they did make one.
Yeah.
Most definitely, if they did, but if it didn't hold up to this one, I think they would just everyone wouldn't be.
Yeah, but also think about this though. Like, fucking, you've got that game.
It's
you know,
it's also Valve with like
Yeah.
it's Valve.
you know, you got that game where it's like, oh wow, that's really surprising that's still alive. But there's also like other games like fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 still being played aggressively. Fucking
These people still around?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
What's
Is
the other one?
Buka Entertainment still around? Are they still a thing?
Skyrim being milked to fucking death.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, it's not just that game.
Yeah, they're still a thing. So I mean, they could if they wanted to, but they'd have to get EA and Buka back on board if they wanted to do it around along the same baseline. I've never even heard of Buka.
Oh, dude, speaking of fucking
Oh,
games,
never mind.
I'm going to assume you guys saw, or well, I'm going to assume you guys may or not have saw. I doubt you guys have, but the fucking new Paper Mario trailer for the new Paper Mario game.
I saw shit on Twitter.
Dude,
People are freaking out about that.
I'm pretty hyped because Paper Mario's a tight series. I'm glad to see this not dead. I think it's dumb that they have to stick to these paper gimmicks of like, oh, haha, origami stickers, haha. But honestly, it looks good. Like I kind of like it. Like it doesn't feel forced.
Also, like if they wanted to make stickers, they would just have to pick, all right, take character, sticker.
Well, no, I mean they did that though. They did. It's called Sticker Star and it's garbage. Well, okay, I haven't played it for myself, but in terms of the series, it's unanimously decided that Sticker Star and Color Splash are like the fucking the rotten eggs of the series.
I don't mean like stickers for a game. I mean, like, if they wanted to make stickers for the game to sell, they
yeah, no,
that's the character. They wouldn't
dude.
have to do anything.
Oh,
for
you guys know that? Okay, I think it was for the N64 Paper Mario, but when that game came out, they in their Nintendo Power magazine they had a free demo for the game, Do you know what that demo was?
No,
It was a paper cutout of Mario.
that's fine.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. And but okay, but here's the tightest thing, right? So I love the origami. There's even some paper mache shit. Like it's actually, it looks like a fucking tight game, and I'm looking forward to it. And not only is it coming out July 17th this year, so that's literally 2 months away. That's fucking insane. At the very end, they teased, or they didn't tease it, but it has to be. It can only really be a tease, considering fucking why else would they put it there specifically with this character? At the very end, they had Mario imitating Samus in a Samus helmet, paper mache Samus helmet. And all I'm saying is this, right? Could be nothing, but also, did they have to add that at the end of the game? No, or the trailer. They didn't have to at all, and so like all I'm saying is like that's really specific that they would show off. They announced fucking Prime years ago in 2017. Heard that they got that they're redoing it and gave it back to Retro, and then at the end of this trailer for a new Paper Mario game that everyone's been waiting for, they also tease. They just like show a little clip of Mario pretending to be Samus.
What the fuck?
Like all I'm saying is this, right? It could be nothing, or it could be some Prime Trilogy or Prime 4 news. That's all I'm saying. And of course, we all know what I'm hoping for, even though I've never played the Prime Trilogy. But well, no, I've actually played a pretty decent chunk of Prime 1. I don't know, I stopped for some reason, but I still have the steelbook of the Prime Trilogy for the Wii, and honestly, it looks so fucking tight. It's one of those fucking steelbooks that like it gets a little rusty and it looks even better. Although so far,
Metroid is a really weird series, is the thing.
it's
They're trying to make this new one, and they're going off what Prime. Prime was like the new iteration of it, where it was like an FPS, right?
yeah, okay. So the deal is, right? So like, they made the Prime 1, 2, and 3, right? Now,
Yeah.
Prime 1 was a huge success in terms of like what everyone was thinking. Like everyone was thinking, "Oh God, how do you?" First off, nobody wanted that. Like a lot of people were like, "No, fuck off! Don't make my perfect 2D side scroller, action adventure game that's fucking tightly made. Don't turn that 3D. It's gonna suck." It was fucking great, and it only got better once it got to the Wii, because the Wii has fucking gyro aiming or motion control aiming, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Motion controls is the right term, and it was basically next. It was like as good as a mouse almost, right?
Yeah.
And I think I can't remember what people felt. I think people liked Prime 2 as well. I don't know about Prime 3, because honestly, I don't hear people talk about Prime 3 at all. The one thing I don't like about those games though is so you're going through these planets, getting power-ups, shit like that, whatever. The one thing I really didn't fucking like, and I haven't even played them and I don't like them, is at the very end there's this really tedious fetch quest that you have to do. And like, God, why? Your game was fucking just fine, great music, fun atmosphere, fun planet to explore, and then boom, here's a tedious side quest, or not tedious side quest, tedious fucking fetch quest that you have to do. You have to go collect like 9 fucking Chozo artifacts or whatever the fuck they are, and they end each of the games just like that. Why? Fuck, that is horrible. And like Prime 3, I believe, had a fetch quest, but it was dulled down a lot to a point where like out of like the 12 you only needed like 5, which thank fucking Christ they did, because seriously, could you imagine? It's like, oh yeah, you need all these items again. It's like, oh great, fun. I love the Prime trilogy. I'm just hoping to God they leave that out of the fucking Prime 4, because God damn it, I won't want to play it. Once it gets to that fetch quest, I'll be like, yeah, I'm good.
I'm honestly just surprised it's still like a functioning and selling series, because it should have died like after they tried to go 3D with it.
Here's the thing: 3D got lucky in terms of it being good games. Here's the problem with Metroid, right? Metroid's a very, very good game series. In fact, it's heavily inspired by the Alien series, and so that's why I like it so much. I love both series. I love Alien, I love Metroid, because they're for some reason they're the brand of sci-fi I really enjoy. even see that's funny. It's like I'm this big sci-fi guy, but I've never seen Star Wars or Star Trek. Don't know how that's possible, but hey, uh, the thing about Metroid is like it and Castlevania created an entire genre of 2D platformers, right? Metroidvanias, and that's the crazy thing. So Metroid is a very fucking great series. The problem is like for as good as it doesn't sell well, you know, which which is really bizarre because you always hear so much hype behind this game. Like so many people are like, "Yeah, dude, Metroid," but then as soon as it comes out, it gets nowhere near the sales of any other games.
Well, it's kind of like people like the idea of it more than they'd like the actual game.
Yeah, which
And
is
it's like I kind of don't blame them because the gameplay of it looks kind of uninteresting to me. Then again, I'm not like
right,
massive on platform, but
right.
the world looks cool at least.
Dude, the world's cool, the music's cool, some of the power ups are fucking tight, and the way you use them. Like I'm telling you, one of these streams we should sit down and play Super Metroid, like because we got it on our Switch, for the online bullshit. Like I would love to play it for you guys and just like I haven't beaten it, but I've played enough of a chunk to be like, hey, because like the interesting thing with Super Metroid is it's such a good game because of the sequence breaking you can do in that game. Like there's tons of fucking so like so you know how like in a lot of games they'll have like wall jumping where you jump from one wall like the left wall to the right wall and just go back and forth till you all the way up to the top.
Hmm.
I don't know why it's possible. I can't explain it at all, but in Super Metroid you can wall jump using one wall, so you can just climb it. And so a lot of sequence breaks come
Okay.
from that, and it's weird, but it's like really fun and satisfying because when you're playing, it's like, man, I don't want to have to go down and get that power up. Fuck that power up, and you just wall jump until you passed it.
Yeah, that was just the game design of the era, I guess.
Thing is, though, is it's okay. Speaking of Super Metroid, so that game is fucking perfect, right? It's one of those. It's kind of like Link to the Past. It's one of those games that everyone's like, don't fucking touch it, don't remake it. It's fine, it's perfect. Just don't leave it. Don't fucking ruin my shit, right? One thing I do remember, which has got me thinking about the whole Paper Mario thing, the ending. I can't remember when it was, but I remember hearing a recent rumor that there was talk about remaking Super Metroid. So I don't I doubt that's what's happening, considering as far as we're aware, uh, the fucking Prime 4 should be getting worked on.
Well,
Hmm.
I just googled it and it says Nintendo's planning 2 new Metroid titles that will be released in the next 2 fiscal year, and yeah, the whole Super Metroid remake is in development for Nintendo Switch, but that's a rumor.
Yeah.
Shit.
So that's what I'm saying.
One is a re-release of the Metroid trilogy HD. The second one it says is a Super Metroid remake that mimics Samus Returns in style and scope.
Well then, okay, now this is
We
a
will
rumor,
see.
right?
Which is weird that it starts it off saying that's a rumor and then it ends with saying
Yeah,
the
no.
second one is.
Yeah, no, those are complete rumors, but here's the thing, that's what I'm saying, right? Is like A, the end of Paper Mario, that announcement, they had no reason to specifically show Mario imitating Samus. There was no reason. They put that was purposeful, right? They specifically were like, yeah, let's have Mario wear a Samus helmet. That is on purpose. So it's clearly saying, hey, guess what, guys? Something's happening. And so that's that. Based on those rumors, that's my theory. My theory is one of three things. One, the remake of Super Metroid is true. That's happening. If it was, I wouldn't be against if it was the Return of Samus remake because that's a very very good remake of Metroid 2. Still haven't beaten that, but bought a ton of memorabilia for it. Anyway, God, I'm such a fucking shitty fan. But uh, what I have played of that, which I played a nice chunk of it, it's tight. It's a really good, like it's weird. It's like a blend of 3D and but it's still a 2D platformer, and it's so fucking good. Um, Two, Metroid Prime trilogy coming to Switch. Three, we're gonna get some information on Prime 4. That's my current theories on that because it's obvious they had no reason to put it that there, but purposely they're like, hey guys, Mario and Samus, what? Fuck, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So that makes me wonder if they've just got like some big announcement that isn't it around E3 time right now, or isn't it E3 like time right now?
Yeah, it is. And well, the thing about that is that they just straight up canceled E3
Yeah,
because of
but
the whole pandemic.
yeah, but I think Microsoft and all of them, I think they're just like showing videos and like fuck it, we'll still like show off our shit like we usually
Yeah,
would.
they're doing like an online E3 or whatever.
Yeah, so that makes
Kind of. They're just releasing trailers slowly throughout the summer.
yeah, which that fuck it, that works.
And I think Nintendo was supposed to have like a Nintendo Direct within the next month, but they like pushed it until like August or something.
Yeah.
The reason why the whole rumor thing is going on is because it says some. I don't know who the fuck this is because I don't follow the series, but I guess some Twitter user called Leaky Panda who has correctly revealed information in other Nintendo games before said this, so that's why they're like, it could be true, could not be true. So
I
we'll
honestly, the thing is though, is okay. I'm really skeptical on the Super Metroid remake. Not to say they couldn't do it or wouldn't do it. I'm just saying I'm skeptical on that because they've never made any kind of mention or like nod to like, hey, Super Metroid. No, all they've ever done is milked it and repurposed, like reposted on newer consoles, which is works perfectly fine. Keep doing that. But my theory is Prime 4 and the trilogy. Those are the ones I'm feeling more confident
how
on.
Prime's gonna come out because they originally were gonna do it with Bandai Namco, but then they scrapped it, and now they're with a different studio who's making the game.
Retro
Well, yeah, they
Studio-
completely dumped the assets.
Yeah,
they started from scratch.
Yeah, they started
Yes.
all over. Now they're with Retro, so
Yeah.
The good here's the
as
good
dumb
news.
as it is, I would like to see what happened with Bandai Namco and what it
Yeah.
looked like. So
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they had.
but they'll never
No,
show
they'll never release
the other
that shit.
side because they're like, I hate.
Here's one thing though, is
Which
the
is
good
the team behind the first 3 games.
exactly. The good
Tigers.
news is they brought it back to who were already making it. The bad news is Retro is such a weak studio that a lot of the original people quit.
Yeah.
So it kind of still doesn't matter. Good news is though, we have seen some rumors of like they have been hiring like art directors and shit like that. So it's like okay, you're getting some people on board. That's good to hear. So like yeah, no, I don't know. I'm very skeptical on whether or not Prime 4 is even gonna fucking happen. But I feel a port of the trilogy is. I feel like it's feasible.
I don't, four they said is gonna happen. It just might take longer than they expected.
No, of course.
It's definitely going to be like another 2 or 3 years.
I mean, like I said,
honestly.
they're planning on, I guess, supposedly releasing 2 games in the next 2 fiscal years.
I mean, hey, if that's
So
true,
it's like
then
3
tight.
years.
That's 2 years
from now.
Two fiscal years is 2 years.
So like, here's the thing, right? That's the thing about Metroid is like it's such a good series. I hate that it doesn't sell well, even though in the West it's a huge popular thing, but it still doesn't sell well. I'm just surprised we even got a remake of Metroid 2, because in fact the bizarre
remake. Go ahead.
The bizarre thing about the remake, right, of 2 was around that same time, AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake, that guy who's been working on 10 years, he happened to release it around the same time they were going to announce their fucking remake of Metroid 2. Which I don't know what the odds are of that, but he fucking did it and they took him down, and then like months later they're like, "Oh yeah, we were kind of working on a remake." I remember AM2R being really good.
If they keep it in like the same art style, I feel like it'll do fine. But if they try to make it look modernized, it's not going to do that great.
Wait, Prime 4 or Super Metroid?
If they were to remake Super Metroid, because it's like, as much as everyone's going to be like, yeah, cool, it's great and all, it's not going to have like the same nostalgia feeling if they try to make it with modern day graphics. So I feel like that's what's wrong. What's happening with a lot of Metroid games is people are like, yeah, this is just, they're used to like the 8-bit-ish kind of style into it. So when they try to modernize, they're like, hey, this is cool and all, but it's not like, doesn't give them the same nostalgia vibe that they're used to.
Yeah.
Well, what they should do is like heavily stylize it, like Breath of the Wild. Like,
yeah,
Breath of the Wild did a fucking amazing job.
That's what I'm saying.
Aspect.
Yeah, no, it's fucking great, right? That's what I'm saying though about this. If they just took the style from fucking the Metroid 2 remake and just made it they improved upon that style and made it 1080p HD for fucking the console, it would look really good. Seriously, that game is one of the most beautiful DS games I own. Like 3D, putting 3D on that bitch, that's fucking tight. The thing that is gonna make a Super Metroid remake fail is the fact that when they remake it, they're going to take out all the fucking time sequence breaking things, because it's weird. While in Super Metroid you had so much.
Maybe.
Here's the thing though.
No, they definitely will.
The only reason why I say that is because, so look at Super Metroid to Metroid Fusion. Metroid Fusion, there's not a whole lot of sequence breaking you can do compared to Super Metroid. Then when you go into Prime Trilogy, Prime 1, right? There was some pretty good sequence break that you can do. But then in later versions of the game and in later, games in the series, they made sure to cut that shit out so you couldn't do it. Even though that was part of the charm of Metroid, was being able to do what you want because you're this badass bounty hunter,
I can't think of what the game is off the top of my head, but it was an old game that used to have this stupid fucking glitch. I can't remember what it was, but it made the game a little slightly more enjoyable. And when they remade it, they purposely left that glitch in there because so many people it said it made the game better.
I feel
So
like that was like,
I can't think of what the name of the game is, but they could theoretically
sounds familiar.
might keep some of them in there for that if enough people it makes the game better if you can do these little things instead of having to do all the bullshit.
And
But
I hope so.
We'll see. And if it's with the original 3 people if it's with the same company, some of the people who made the original games are still slightly there. They're gonna get like, hey, we've made 3 games. And people have found ways to fuck with them 3 ways, and they seem to like it. Why fucking should I try to change that? It's just gonna flop.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, instead of like purposely like trying to recreate glitches for the reason of game design, I guess they should try to find a way to incorporate the idea that this glitch meant into like the game itself.
Like,
instead of like a
purposeful.
linear story driven game, of course, make it story driven, but have like branching paths. And
Try to make it like
make
it a mechanic or something.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's funny. I'm like scrolling through a Reddit on here, and people are like, there's a lot of mixed feelings and whatnot. And people are like, it'd be great and all, as long as they didn't make it 3D or 2.5D. And it's like the new Metroid 2 remake. If it was normal 8-bit, they'd be like, yeah, it'd be fine. But if they try to make it 3D or 2.5, I don't think it's gonna do that great.
What I do hate though about people saying like, oh, it's just stay pixelized. It's like, okay, so why do we make the game?
Yeah.
There's no
exactly.
point. There's literally no point. You might as well just slap it on a fucking Switch cartridge, throw up the original box art, and put it in GameStop. Like that. That's all you gotta do. Boom, done.
Yep.
Well, fuck, that's probably what they do want, to be honest.
Yeah, I would fucking love that. But honestly, if there's gonna be a remake, what I would like is, if you're gonna change the graphics, I would love if you just used Metroid 2 Remake's graphics, because they look really good. It's kind of bogged down because you're on a 3DS, so the fucking resolution is trash.
If they're gonna change it, they shouldn't go complete 3D because it would I feel like fuck with some of the people's like feelings with the platforming, because it's gonna be a whole different perspective. Like 2.5 would be fine, I feel like, but a complete 3D.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's really hard to do a side-scrolling 3D platformer without it being pretty much almost first person.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They could kind of go like the Mario Odyssey route.
That would be interesting to see like a Metroid game as.
I don't know how well that would do though, because Mario's primarily platforming, side-scrolling, and then they threw that in there and it did pretty well. So maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah. Here's what I'm saying, what I want, right? Graphically, I would love if they improved upon Metroid 2 Remake, because that one, it's still a side scroller and it has like 3D models and everything, but they can only move, left and right? But also because it's bogged down on the 3DS, it has a low resolution. I would love to see that in 1080p. I really would. It's a good style. It looks great. I would also hope that they leave in the sequence breaking, or fucking just allow it, because it really does. That's why that game still is played to fucking death. That's why I made sure to go find a fucking like original cartridge of that, because it gives you the power as the bounty hunter, as this badass looking for power-ups. You can skip power-ups. You're like, I don't need to fucking speed boots. Watch this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it gave you the power, and that's why that game's so fucking fun to play, because you can do whatever the fuck you want, not what the game developers want, while still being a Metroidvania, or really just a Metroid, in the sense that you're looking for power-ups to improve yourself and make you stronger to survive your mission, So really, that's all I hope, is that it's still the same game at core. Graphically, I would love to see an improvement of Metroid 2 Remake. And then, of course, redo the music. I want to hear, orchestral. That'd be awesome. And then just leaving the sequence breaking. That made the game really fun. Because, that's why that's why that game's so heavily speedran. every time you see GDQ videos, it's always there's always a Metroid one somewhere in there because like the power ups and the fucking frame perfect shit make it so fun to watch.
Someone had to comment too. This like, oh yeah, it was like, are there any exploit? Speedrunners want their tricks. They can play the original one. I want a smoother playing experience.
But
And I
that's
was
the
like,
thing though.
jeez.
The thing about that comment's fucking stupid because you don't have
Yeah.
to do them.
Yep.
Like at all. You can play the game
Exactly.
normally.
Yep. That's why I thought that was funny.
Although I will say
One
this.
could say the same thing about like remaking it and not like leaving in like sequence breaking. Is like that old one will still be there. Just play the old one.
No,
for
totally, you're right.
You know?
It's just like like here I only say that they should leave it really more because yes, it does give you more power and yes, you could go back and play the original, but they're trying to make Metroid succeed. And so I feel like a remake of their most popular game leaving out its most popular feature would really fucking hurt the sales. Cuz that's really where fucking Metroid suffers is sales.
Yeah, not that I think leaving them in would like really make it profitable to begin with.
Yeah, but the
But
people, but you just gotta think
yeah.
about like the people that are already loving this game and it's remade. It's like, oh, we can still do the stuff we love this game
You know for a fact, if they were to drop it and if they left it like the way, so that's the first thing people that know what they're doing like that, they're like, I'm gonna try this. Like, I see they got rid of this, and at that time they'll probably try like they might play through it a little more and be like, all right, they actually got rid of Madrid, and they'd probably just turn the game off and return it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people would be very pissed off at that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you're out here trying to make fucking, you know,
But I mean,
Metroid
it
a
is hard
series.
to like try to please the fans and then also try to make like profit. It's always a not really a coin toss, but it's kind of like reaching into a barrel blindfolded. You
Well,
never
see,
really know how it's gonna really go. You can't.
that's kind of how I feel about the fucking Final Fantasy VII remake because
Yeah,
they really are coin toss. You've got like 50-50, right? You got 50% people who have never played Final Fantasy VII or maybe even Final Fantasy and we're like, hey, everyone's hyped on this game. I want to give it a try. And they're
yeah.
fucking stoked on
Like
this game.
the only real problem I have at the end is the fact they should have waited for the whole fate fight to like the towards the end of the game because in 7 you fight what is it like 4 of the like main weapons that you have to destroy or whatnot because it
Oh, yeah.
and
Fair
now
warning.
it's like what the fuck's gonna
Spoilers to this
I
if you
literally
haven't played.
killed God, like I killed God, what's next?
Like okay, here spoilers, right? Obviously, I feel like that should have been very obvious, but I'm gonna say it again. Here are my gripes with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, a lot of it is just really is padded. Like, holy fuck, that game is padded as shit. I know it's the first 5 hours of the game or whatever the fuck, and it's supposed to be longer, and I get that. But if you had just doubled it or even made it like 15 hours, you could have called it a fucking day. Just been like, hey guys, this is the playtime we've been getting, and just be honest with people. And I think people still would have bought it. Like, okay, so the sun lamps under plate 5 when you're going to reactor 5 or whatever the fuck it was, there was too many of those. In fact, you didn't have to add those at all. In fact, because there's never mention of this whole place is new. You can make it as fast and as slow as you want. But they chose to add so many of those.
I don't even care. It's the fact that there's 4 of them. I just some of the fucking like elevators. Let me take like just a pathway. It would have made it a little more enjoyable instead of I gotta fight like 20 enemies just to flip a switch.
Yep. And all I'm saying is like right. I'm not saying that area didn't make sense. I totally understand the whole sun lamp thing, but you could have made that place more, dealable. Like you could.
They just dragged out a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have.
Yeah. Like okay, so that area, take a sun lamp away or two, and then call it. Be like, yeah, you gotta take down a couple of them, but that's it. And then the fuck is this? What I hated another thing was that it was Shinra that actually blew up the reactors, not Avalanche.
The first one, yeah.
No, I think they did both of them.
I don't know if did they? Oh, I honestly.
Yeah, I thought they did. I don't know. Whatever. All I'm saying is this. I think it is very. I can live with the change, but what I didn't like about it was the whole point later on in the game was like you got fucking Barrett and then being like, yes, we blew up that reactor and we killed a lot of people doing so, and I gotta live with that. There was the moral ambiguity of holy fuck, dude. We're trying to save the world, but we're kind of shitheads. That was not a. It was a good but a very bad thing we did. So that totally takes away that. Biggs and Wedge surviving. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Because here's the thing, right? I was okay with one of them surviving because I thought to myself, with one of them surviving, if they come along with the adventure, even if they're not like a main character, but they're there here and there, it would have made sense. Because honestly, playing that game towards the end of the original, you kind of forget that they died. You forgot that they were characters, right? So all these missions with like,
I might know I have a feeling I know what they're gonna do. I guarantee they're all gonna die, but they're probably gonna drag this out into probably maybe at most 2 more parts. So it's 3, and each part they're
maybe.
I feel like they're gonna kill one of the 2 until they're all dead.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I hate that because one of them surviving made sense because it's like, hey, they're the constant reminder that in the beginning your friends fucking died. These characters that you went on missions on, you went and got pizza with. Well, no, you robbed her dad, but you know what I mean. Like these missions where like you had so much talking with these characters that had nothing in the original game, and then they all die except for one. He can keep reminding you, like, hey, remember those fucking guys that died in the beginning? My friends, our friends, those people that were rad. That would remind you so much more of it and would hold better, right? What the fuck else? Those cranes, those hand cranes, holy fuck those. Those are horrible. Like, okay, I didn't hate them, but what I felt was that there was too many of them. There was only one in the original. Just do one, maybe 2.
Wait, hand cranes?
Yeah, the hand cranes where you move in the crate to get Aerith to fucking
Oh,
market.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
fuck that part.
The only saving grace of that part was the music. The music was bopping.
The music was popping.
The fuck else? I think the wall market section of the game was really good. I fucking loved all of it, honestly.
Nice.
Don Canero was a greasy dirtball, and you hate him, but you're supposed to,
They-
so that works.
Yeah, they made him perfect.
Yeah, no, I felt like that area was really strong, and it honestly was my favorite area. But okay, huh?
Did you do the gym quest?
Dude, I did them all. I did every single
That
quest.
that fucking gym quest sucked.
Yeah, no, that was a fucking slog, but it wasn't that bad, honestly. What was it? So one thing I really hated was as soon as I started, so I did every side quest I could because I wanted to experience the entire game before I make any opinions on this. So as soon as I started heading to the Shinra building was when I lost fucking interest in that game entirely. Okay. Now, I don't think the climbing up to the Shinra building was that bad. It was a little annoying, but honestly, it wasn't bad. I loved the atmosphere, seeing all the destruction. That was kind of cool. The Shinra building itself can go fuck itself. I hate the entire Shinra building. It sucks. It's garbage. They fucking shat all over the original.
So I'm curious, when you were in the building, there are 2 paths
I did not go up the stairs.
You took the elevator?
Yes, I walked.
What happened?
Okay, so first off,
I took the stairs.
I should have fucking took the stairs. So you get
I honestly thought I was gonna walk up there and see it and thought I have a choice. As soon as I got to that doorway, I was like locked event locked. I could not go back to the elevator.
Oh well, then let me tell you what you fucking luckily missed out on. Okay, so you get into the lobby of the building, and you can't get to the fucking elevator, right? You need a key card. That's how the Shinra building works, and that makes sense. I wasn't mad about that. That made sense. I'm like, yeah, no key cards was this whole thing. But the what is it? The front desk was protected by a bunch of force fields.
And you had a chandelier and everything. I thought, do you know how long it took me to find just to go up to start that stupid fucking climbing in that chandelier place when she fell?
No.
I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to climb on? And I'm like, really? The car?
Exactly. Exactly. And another thing, why did she fall at all? There was absolutely no fucking point to that. What would have happened had she not fallen? Wow, we would have continued the fucking game. That was useless, boring, and not to mention her climbing and fucking jungle gymming was so fucking god awful slow. Holy shit, Tifa.
Yep.
Move your fucking ass. Like, my god, that was horrible.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the Shinra building is just fucking cutscenes. It's just cutscenes of like, Mako? Ancients? Wow, you're now a fucking historian of Shinra. That was boring and fucking stupid and pointless. That was horrible. Now, I didn't mind like getting the key cards. In fact, the one thing I really liked about the Shinra building, which was probably the only thing, was the fact that one of the soldiers recognized Cloud. I thought that was fucking sweet because
Yeah, he's like, yo, let me go get our buddies. Like, yeah,
yeah,
I saw that when he came up too. I was like, that's pretty cool.
yeah, no, I thought that made complete sense because yeah, sure, Cloud doesn't remember him, but of course somebody has to remember Cloud, right? He was in Soldier and all that. Well, he wasn't, he wasn't Soldier, but he was a part of the Shinra ranks. Of course, he's probably got some buddies in those fucking ranks, and at some point he'd be recognized. That makes complete fucking sense. In fact, I'm surprised it didn't happen in the original because contextually, I'm like, yeah, dude, yes, fucking please, that made sense. But after that, it fucking went back to it. Why am I sitting there fighting in the fucking training chamber just so you're like, I gotta make sure you can do it? Fuck you, just give me the key card, asshole. I gave you the fucking password. And another thing, fuck the mayor. That whole library area, that was boring. The fucking coolest part about that was going there and being like, oh, I gotta solve a fucking riddle to get some fucking cool ass materia. I think it was a summoning materia. Rad. Then nope, just fuck off. Wedge is alive, by the way, and fine and helping and whatever. I didn't mind the Rufus fight though with the president's son. That was tight.
It was cool.
I
just hate when like if you assess them, it's like, oh yeah, you can do a thing, and I'm sitting here I'm like, what move could I be? Never in a million years would I fucking thought, oh, if the dog lunges at me, let me hit triangle and parry him, and it'll insta stun him.
You see, here's the thing. Here's what I learned. So that fucking it was like one of the last swords you get that has a parrying option where like it deflects it. That is the one move you will need from the Shinra building on.
That whole parry thing by hitting triangle, you can do with every sword.
No, of course. I'm just saying that, like.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. But it's not even that parry that it was. It was the fucking triangle parry.
Yeah, but that counter was so fucking useful for the rest of the game. Okay, I'm not done with the Shinra building.
Yeah, I'm good.
Genova's fucking floor. Okay, I thought it made sense that Genova had a whole fucking area dedicated to her, like a whole fucking like lab. I thought that made sense. I was like, yeah, you're a big fucking creature. The other one, you were just in a fucking shed. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Like, no, you were kind of just put there nonchalantly. So like a whole floor dedicated to your research and lab, that made sense. I thought that was awesome. Why the fuck are there Kingdom Hearts monsters everywhere? What?
Yeah, I did. I saw that and I was like, what? Why?
Yeah, like fuck off. That was stupid and boring and just added more padding.
Like I wouldn't have really much. Like every fucking section, it's like here's another and
yeah.
I don't even care about the dogs. Fuck those turret dickheads that play whack-a-mole.
Dude, that was fucking horrible too. And here's another thing. Hojo almost spilt all of the plot. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you? Oh my god, you hinted at the entire game. You realize how fucking mind-blowing it was to find out what was up with Cloud? I'm not going to explain it because I don't feel like explaining the rest of the game that hasn't even happened yet. Or may even happen at all. But like, god damn it. Why did you almost... All those secrets he was about to spill were so much more fucking mind-blowing when you got to the end of the game. It's like, what? No fucking... What? Like, dude, seriously, as soon as I got to Disc 3... or Part 3 in Final Fantasy 7, the whole game I was shitting myself. I was like, holy fuck, dude. Because of all the plot and secrets you were learning that were subtly hinted. Like, holy fuck, dude. So, Hojo, fuck that guy, dude. Fuck that entire section. Holy shit.
His little robot companion that's like, oh, by the way, I can clone myself about a bajillion times.
Yeah. Although, there was one really funny section I thought was hilarious. Was when, Barrett and Cloud were stuck and there was a big vault and they couldn't get it open, and you just see on camera both of them are shooting and just hitting the fucking door. Like, I thought that was really funny because I'm like, oh, they're friends.
Yeah.
Like, they're both equally stupid. And I thought that was cute and really funny and worked really well for character building. Here's one thing I really, 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 really fucking hated. And there's something I hate even more than that. I hate that you were never captured and that instead you just went to Aerith's old room, which, granted, I didn't hate that entirely. Like, I kind of liked it in a sense because I'm like, okay, you know what? That kind of makes sense. Because you were in Shinra's capture for a long time. But what I hated was you weren't captured, and when you got out, okay, at first I thought they were doing something right because you were chasing blood, but it was Genova's blood. Geneva's blood, right? And so it kind of was still cool. but it
No, it's
didn't
not.
go anywhere, and it wasn't nearly as cool because in the original, there's blood, there's red blood everywhere. Everyone's fucking dead, and you're like, yo, what's happening? You don't even know who the main antagonist of this entire game is. You just know there's fucking blood everywhere. And you're like, dog, what the fuck is happening? Why is my cell unlocked? Why is there blood everywhere? Why is everybody dead? We need to fucking figure this out or get the fuck out, right? We need to fucking put on our fucking Scooby-Doo hats and figure this shit out. And so fucking instead, you watch the Shinra president die by Sephiroth, and he also stabs Barrett, which, granted, it was kind of a startling fucking thing to see Barrett get stabbed anyway. So,
You know, I was like, if they kill Barrett here, I'm gonna be upset, but I didn't see it coming.
no, totally. It would have been a complete mindfuck. Obviously, don't actually kill him off, but, like,
Yeah.
a big mindfuck. But it totally ruins the nuances of Sephiroth when it's just, hey guys, Sephiroth? Oh, remember the beginning game when Cloud flashback Sephiroth? Oh, you remember how, like, you know, Sephiroth, like, he's shoved in your face so fucking much. Who cares about? I fucking hate Sephiroth in this game. I hate like, fuck him. He's so uninteresting to me. He used to be the most interesting fucking character in the entire game because you're like, because he's a fucking mystery. He doesn't even, and not to mention, he doesn't care about Cloud in the slightest.
Yeah. Nope.
Like in the original, he never gave two fucking squirts of piss about Cloud. He's like, who the fuck are you? Yeah, okay, I'm off to get my mom. Fuck off. And that was the coolest thing about him. That there wasn't this rivalry. And I'm not saying there can't be rivalry between the two because they do have history. There is history. There is a revenge story. It makes sense. I get it.
But like,
God fucking damn it! You ruined the coolest enemy in gaming history. Fuck.
especially at the end, and he's like, he says that stupid line when he's like, you have 7 seconds before that or whatnot.
Oh yeah, the whole join me thing at the end of the Cosmos or creation.
Yeah, that shit where it's like he's like, oh, I knew this was gonna happen.
What was that? What the fuck was that Kingdom Hearts bullshit? This game is Kingdom Hearts 4 featuring Sephiroth. That's what this game is.
This elevator path is. I'm glad I didn't fucking take that shit.
Yeah, no, trust me, you fucking. Dude,
I'm not gonna lie. Taking the stairs was almost. You didn't fight anybody, but it was fucking annoying to climb 75 flights.
I
of
heard
stairs.
it was annoying, but I also heard Barrett was really funny throughout the entire time.
Oh, you know, Barrett was like talking mad shit, but he's like, oh, I gotta take stairs, and like probably floor 12, he's just dying.
Totally.
She's
So you know
like,
what?
Oh yeah, she's like, oh, this is no problem. And Cloud's like, yeah, if you pace yourself, you were fine.
Yeah,
and then
no.
you start slowing down, and she Usain Bolt's just right past you, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, no. So I thought that was funny, but
Yeah.
okay. So they ruined the coolest fucking because like the coolest thing about the blood thing was like, you follow this trail of blood back to the president's office, and all you see is a 6-foot Masamune katana sticking out his fucking back. He's dead, and like God, fucking that was the coolest part. I mean, okay, playing the original a month before that release, I automatically knew what it was. You know, I knew who Sephiroth was the entire. You know, if you don't play the game when it first came out, you probably know who Sephiroth is. Fuck me though, that was still such a cool scene. I was like, oh fuck, what? Holy shit, where is he at? Where the hose? Sephiroth, where the hose at, dude? It was so fucking cool. And okay, another thing I kind of forgot to mention because I was kind of trying to go in order with all my gripes, but I'm kind of backtracking. I think like chapter 11. The fucking ghost trains, fuck all of that. Fuck it all. No.
Didn't mind that area. I hated fighting what I assume is supposed to be fucking one of the 4 horsemen.
Yeah, no, that was
ghost. Fuck him.
I hated all of it because here's why. I'm not saying it wasn't a cool area. What I'm saying is, it was the entire time they were like, dude, we gotta get back to Sector 7. Plate's gonna fall. Plate's gonna fall. Plate's gonna fall. You fucking wasted 5 hours of gameplay there. What? The fuck? That takes away all the urgency of like, dude, we need to fucking go. People's lives are at stake. Fucking Barrett's daughter's there. We're hearing gunshots in the distance. Yo, we gotta fucking go and back those guys up. But it fucking ruined it with that area because
they did that a lot too. It's like, yeah, we gotta hurry back. It's like, cool. I'll get there in about 16 hours.
Fuck, dude. Like, you know, everybody keeps saying it's a masterpiece. I'm like, did you play the original? This remake kind of sucks. Like, I like it. There's so many good things about this game.
Graphically, it was gorgeous. But yeah, no, story-wise, they
because here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing about these guys.
They try to cram too much which is crazy. It's only like like the first like 5 hours of the
Yeah,
actual game, and
but
they're like, I gotta cram it with so much. You really don't.
you
Just go with the
don't.
fucking story. It would have been fine.
Like, yeah, okay, here's where I liked some of the things. I liked where they were like, "Oh, you have to go help get some materials for the bomb making." That was cool. That made sense because instead of just here's another bomb, fuck it, we need to go get some supplies. Cool.
Yeah.
Made sense. That's where you can fill it out a little bit. Um that's why the whole Jesse mission made sense. I was like, "Yeah, no, this makes sense. We got to go get fucking materials and shit."
Right. Ryder was cool.
Yeah. Roche, fuck that guy. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't need to be there, but arguably I didn't have a bad time when he was there.
No,
Like,
he was cool,
good.
and I hope to see him more in the game because he is cool.
Yeah,
Because
no,
he's kind of like not he's like with Shinra, but at the own time he's doing his own thing. So
he's kind of an anti-hero in his own right. He's doing his own thing.
he's doing his own thing, and I was like, this guy's cool.
I also liked how in the beginning it opened up the main Sector 7 slums area where it's like, hey, here are some side missions. Yes, they're fucking stupid, but they're side missions. That's it.
Yep.
You don't have to do them. You don't have to at all. So kind of like that. Like I felt like those expanding the slums a bit and allowing you to do side missions, but you don't have to do them. I thought that was smart. But like, there was so much fucking needless paddling, and like you said, the music. Oh my god, it's orgasmic. The fucking it's one of the best looking fucking like graphic games I've seen, and I'm playing on a PS4 Pro and all that shit. I mean, yeah, there are a few areas where I notice how low poly some of the shit is, but of course it's because the models are higher poly. Like you fucking look at the flowers in Aerith Garden.
Some of them was like, that's just a square.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's like 5 polys. It's like cool. This is like on the N64, but like honestly, everything else they made everything beautiful that you were supposed to see, and honestly, it makes sense. I get it. So
Probably my second favorite place.
yeah, but also she's like, oh yeah, we live in the slums, bitch. You live in the fucking Hilton hotels. What do you mean?
Yeah, she's
Bitch,
living in the Hiltons of
You
the
got a
slums.
fucking waterfall, a big ass fucking flower garden.
A
Like,
bunch of houses. Yeah.
What do you mean?
walk,
You live in
you
a
go down this dirt path. People are living in tin sheds. You walk up this. It's an actual fucking house.
Yeah, like fuck. But like, okay, what the fuck else am I? Okay, the whole Fates thing. That was just there so they can A, justify any changes they do, and B, give us a shitty Sephiroth fight. That's all there was for. That's it. That is.
If they had kept the fights in just push it back to like the second part or later in the game, because like I said, at this point I'm like, I've killed God. What?
Yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah. Now, granted, I'm the only thing. Now, while. Yeah, well, Matt, I'm sorry we spoiled it, but I did say before we got into this conversation it was a spoiler. You must have missed it. But honestly, dude, just play the original. I'm not kidding you when I say this. Play the original. We're only spoiling 5 hours of the original. I'm not kidding you when I say this. You are gonna. It's fucking tight, and it's honestly one of the best RPGs I've ever played. It's on everything. I'm not kidding you. It's on fucking everything. You can play it on your phone if you wanted to. So honestly, don't yeah, you should play the remake, but honestly, play the original first. You'll have a way better time.
Hey man, I'm just.
I mean,
speaking the truth.
I'm sorry you missed it, man, but we did put a warning up. But you know what, dude? Honestly, we're not spoiling the original. We're
like,
literally spoiling the
they're
first.
spoiling the game for me that I won't play ever.
Yeah, but like honestly, Matt, serious, I'm telling you, go play the original. We're not spoiling a lot of the original, and honestly, the original is so much better. You will fucking love it. I highly recommend it, and also play 9. 9's really good too.
9 is fun.
But the whole Fates thing, what? Okay, imagine if it wasn't there.
Yeah, honestly, I would have been fine if the game just ended when you went through that portal. It'd be like, boom, wait till next spot. I'd be like, cool, dope, cliffhanger. I'm excited.
Right,
Not.
but even still, it's like a portal. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I kind of.
That's like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it would have been interesting because they would have ended it and it would have been like, whoa, what's gonna happen next? But at the same time, it's such a fucking jump in like.
What's weird is it wasn't really even a portal. It was just like you walk through, we're in the same place, but in a different timeline. Oh.
Yeah, timeline, dimension, some shit. But okay, and then another thing. Now, I don't necessarily hate the whole Crisis Core ending where like Zack is carrying Sephiroth. Now, don't go too much in this Zack or anything, but like I don't feel it's necessary. I feel like that whole area wasn't necessary. I'm okay with it. It doesn't really bother me, but again,
Curious on how they're gonna plan it because, like I said, he is a big role in his
yeah,
life,
no, he's a huge
and with
role.
him still being there, I'm
Well,
curious.
here's the thing, right? That
Honestly,
was
I
in the
have the only thing I'm concerned about is if they do what I think they might do. If this game ends with you fighting yourself, like the you that
God. I would.
stayed with Shenra, I'm gonna off myself.
Here's the thing. I don't believe that there's a timeline question at all. Because like, yeah, sure, Zach saw the ghosts at the same time as you were seeing the
His
ghosts.
presence, yeah.
But here's what I saw that as. I saw it as that was the past, and you're in the future or the present. Like, so what I saw, like when Zach passed fucking Aerith at the ending, that was just that was just how it was. That's Zach's not alive. Like,
No,
no.
I took it as that's a different timeline. Zach's still here
Which, I mean, maybe,
because
but
I'm pretty sure that's what they were going off of.
yeah, but if you played Crisis Core at all, the whole point was Zach brings Cloud back to fucking Midgar, and that's exactly what he's doing there.
Yeah.
So that my theory is it's just that, but it's in the past because I don't see any indication of that being like, oh, was Zach still alive? I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, no. So like, honestly, it is a really great game. It really is, but towards the ending, it really does just feel like Kingdom Hearts featuring Sephiroth.
Does take that this door does take a left turn. Also,
Yeah,
any input?
because here
Final Fantasy sucks.
yeah, because you don't play games. You fucking
Knife buddy.
commission
Why are
guys
you
to draw
fingering a
shitty
buddy with a
sharks
knife,
for
you
you.
weirdo?
Bruh.
But like, yeah, no, that's that. I mean, honestly, we should probably end it here. It's been well over an hour, or actually, no, actually hitting.
Unless there's
Oh my god, we're
anything-
about to hit the hour
in-
mark perfectly.
Unless we want to waste these 9 minutes talking about new upcoming games or whatnot.
In fact,
Besides-
honestly, we got 3 more minutes, and we will have recorded, or we will have streamed for 4 hours.
Not bad.
But yeah, no, that's all I'm saying is like, it's a good game if you never played the original. Matt, I'm telling you, play the fucking original because I know
Yeah,
you
no,
of all
the original
people
is good.
would really
It is-
fucking love it.
It's long, but it's
Oh,
good.
it's a really long game, but honestly, it's a good game. Like, there's never a time where I'm like, fuck, man, is this done yet? Like, the entire time I'm like, bro, holy
What's next?
shit. I'm telling you, man, you'll have a great time if you play it.
I have to beat. I'm gonna try to beat Sekiro before Ghost of Tsushima comes out. Because I know it's not the same, but I feel like that game's gonna come out, and I'm gonna want to play that.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna make me want to play Sekiro because I haven't beaten it yet, and I'm just gonna try to bounce between the two. But
I'm curious. Do you guys play on dubbed, well, quote unquote dubbed, or Japanese?
so I
Uh,
actually do
Don't
both.
remember. Yeah, honestly, I kind of don't care for it. Like, both are really good.
I will. So I will play through like
I think I
the
usually
like
play on sub.
combat things and whatnot, but like before I'm like, oh, this is obviously a big dub because I think the fights and all that sound so much better not in English.
Yeah, no, they made like contextually this game, like especially the fights when people are like yelling at each other and like saying their fucking shit, saying their piece. It makes so much better. It sounds
Oh,
so
yeah,
much
no.
better. It makes more better in Japanese. So
I try to
normally
I
leave
try
it
to
like
put
that.
all, I try to like have all the cutscenes. I try to time it to where I'm like, oh, cutscenes probably come up, and I'll swap over so like that, and then I'll play it through as not dubbed.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm not
do
going to
wanna-
lie. I haven't picked the game up since I rage quit at the Corrupted Monk.
I'm telling you, that fight is nothing. You think
I
that fight's
hate
bad?
it.
No, I'm telling you, I struggled with him too. I literally left that area, ran around for a bit, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna come back. And then I was like, all right, cool, I got it. And then I was just like, I'm just gonna bash my head until I beat it.
It's the only place where I can go. I beat the ape easy peasy, dude. No problem.
But like I said, the ape is easy. The monks, when you get back to fucking little Asian boy in tower, and you have to
Back
do
to
another
reality.
fight,
Oh,
you're gonna
goes
realize
gravity.
Prep Monk was easy as gorilla. At least for me. I struggled so hard on that fight there. I just recently beat it not too long ago, and I was like, fucking finally. It took me like 3.5 weeks to beat this motherfucker.
I honestly haven't touched Sekiro in so fucking long. I do own a
Play it,
physical
it's
copy
fun.
though. Oh yeah, no, it's a tight game.
2 of the, I think it's 5 headless.
I just for some reason didn't care when it came. Like I like the game. I always lose interest. Same like any Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, like all those games. I always play a huge chunk of them and end up losing interest, even though they're really good games and I love them. I just stop playing after a while, and I think it's
Pretty
just because
sure I'm pretty close to the ending, but like I said, I'm trying to drag this out because I want to do the good ending. But I'm pretty sure I've already
yeah.
fucked that up.
I think my problem with these games is, like you said, Josue, you haven't played since you rage quitted, so like you get so irritated at the game that you just stop, and you're like, man, do I really want to feel like that again? Which
That's why it took me like 3 weeks to fucking fight him, the dickhead at the tower.
yeah.
Because I was like, I'm getting irritated. I'm like, I'm gonna set this down before I break something. Because
Yeah,
I
that
like,
monk. Fuck that monk, dude. It's
and
the
I'm not
first time I've
excited to.
been legitimately upset at a game.
I'm not excited to have to fight him again because you fight him again, and I was like,
Ugh.
Ugh.
uh. But he's not a ghost, so that's a plus.
Well, guys, we are coming up on the 4 hour mark on our stream. You guys want to continue talking, or you want to call it here?
That's, unless there's anything else he wants to chit chat about real quickly.
Honestly, I just
Uh,
vented, so I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Oh, I was just gonna put all of the entire weight of the decision on William again. That's what all I was gonna do.
Oh, this was a good stream.
Yeah.
4 hours.
Please do a
not
proper
bad.
outro. What the fuck? Do
I'm
a
not
proper
making-
outro.
I'm not doing the outro.
All right,
Please do an
fine.
outro.
I
First
don't know
off,
what the hell you want me to say.
Please do an outro. Do an outro right now, motherfucker.
Good.
well, all right, guys, thank you for watching this stream. We are gonna try to get a schedule going in terms of like when we want to specifically stream, because we do want to get it to be more structured and whatnot. We do want to try and keep it like this in terms of structure of the podcast, or not podcast, in terms of the stream, in sense of like game, and then we end up like a 30-minute to hour long podcast of us just sitting here talking, because a lot of times when we end up like playing these games like off stream, we end up just talking for a long ass time. So hence why we have the whole podcast video loop here. So that way it's like, you know what, fuck it, why not? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. You know, we are trying to produce more videos, and we're trying to get into streaming just because it's easier to set up. Thing is I don't know if you paid attention throughout any of the stream, or if you watched any of it. If you for some reason made it to this part, then fucking dope. Thanks, Matt. The only one. You'll notice that like I talked about how like at some point I believe it was mentioned, like you might have noticed that I drew this thumbnail. I'm gonna try and get that more out there, and like actually work on that and try to get them more made frequently, so that way we have more properly drawn thumbnails, because I really like drawing, and I think it'll be a good outlet for like my art, and I think it'll grab, you know, people's attention. And of course you can see like the production value of all these scenes and things like that, like coming up, starting, so like I think it's, you know, you can tell that we're trying here. So yeah, if you enjoyed, thank you. Thank you, Mars Bars. I don't know if you're still here, but fucking that was fun playing with you. I'm sure we'll play again at some point. So if you want, or if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, man. We're gonna try and do more of these. We're gonna try to do at least once a week. So yeah, thank you for tuning in.